Welcome to In the Spotlight. Today we have Ian. He is 16 years old. He's in the 10th grade. His favorite color is orange, and he's been coming to LCC for about 8 years. Thanks for being here, Ian.
Yep. I'm very excited to be here.
Very good. All right. Our first question for you is, what has made you laugh out loud this week?
So the thing that made me laugh out loud this week was we were actually watching the videos from some of the old LCC musicals, and the one year we did Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat, and one of the songs is Pharaoh's song, where Pharaoh dances like Elvis, and they were going through it, and there's a part of the video that's a close-up on my little brother, Sean, who's not so little anymore. He's actually taller than me. And I'm not even sure how old. I think it was his first musical. So he was really little. And it's just him dancing like Elvis, which he would never admit to doing now. And it made me laugh so hard. And
Oh, that's awesome.
I just loved it.
I think I want to see that.
Yeah.
I love that. All right. So our second question is, what do you think of remote learning?
So, I'm not really sure how I feel about remote learning. I see its pros and cons. Like, I like the fact that I can kind of work at my own pace, but I mean, it's also difficult not being kind of always in contact with your teachers, which is something that I know I did a lot of at school. Is when I had a question, I would definitely like either see them in a time that I could or ask it in class, but it's a little bit different now, especially because it's through like a remote setting, so it's a lot of videos and notes that you kind of have to do on yourself. But I think what it all comes down to is it's what we make of it, and it's I think what we put in is like how much we're gonna get out of it. So
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's a good perspective. I like that. I'll definitely share that with my kids. They can watch this. Okay. Next question. How have you seen God at work recently in your life or in the life of somebody else?
So a time that I think recently that I had seen God at work was, so for the past week, or what I do almost every day to keep active is I run or go for a bike. But for the past week, I think that like nature's had a vendetta against me because it either starts like snowing or raining right when I'm out in the middle, and I'm about 3 miles away from home. So it's gonna take me a while to get like to any shelter. But the one day I was riding my bike and it started raining, but then for just a little moment it stopped, and I saw an oriole, which is a type of bird, and it's all black, and it's got like these on its wings. It's got like this orange yellow color, and it's a neat bird to see because you don't see it a lot in Cleveland. And to me, that was kind of God's way of saying that just like in the moment of all this kind of like chaos, there's a little beauty and something even new to come out of it. And then actually yesterday, me and my brother kind of got into some crazy situations where we had to be a lot of places at once. And I saw another oriole fly right past my window. So to me, that's kind of God's way of subtly saying that, yeah, there's a lot going on, but there's always some light to come out of it.
That's awesome.
All right, next question. What has been your favorite part of the 2019-2020 school year?
I've had a lot of really fun memories this school year. So one of my favorite memories is, and I don't recommend this to anyone, but so at around the district cross-country meet, we had we like to compete with the guys and girls teams on how far we go. And the one day I wake up and my mom tells me there's forks in our yard. and I'm not really sure what she means by that. And I walk outside, and our entire house has like plastic forks in the ground and toilet paper everywhere.
Oh my
And
gosh.
this is like 6 o'clock in the morning too. Like I'm getting ready for school. I actually have to go take the PSAT that day.
Oh my
And
gosh.
and so I find all like this toilet paper in my yard, and like it didn't all roll out, like, so it would sometimes just be like full rolls of toilet paper just sitting in the middle of the yard. And like just waking up to that, because like I knew going into that day that it was going to be a long day, and because I'm taking the test, and like I'm not a person who sits still like for tests very well. I get distracted. So just waking up to that is one of the best memories I have of really high school so far. And I actually still have some of the rolls because of our toilet paper crisis. So the joke's really on them now. But yeah,
Oh,
that's
that's
definitely one
funny.
of my favorites.
Toilet paper is pretty valuable now.
Yeah.
All right. So, Ian, if you could be any animal, what would you be and why?
I could be any animal. I think that if I could be an animal, it would probably be a bonobo.
What is that?
So a bonobo is kind of halfway between like a chimpanzee and a gorilla.
Okay.
So it's bigger than a chimpanzee, but it's smaller than a gorilla. And to me, like, I think that would be really cool because they're like they can climb like chimpanzees can, but they're also kind of like strong like gorillas are. So they're kind of like that combination of being like agile and strong at the same time, but they're also like really smart. Like for a primate, like I'm trying to remember, but somebody taught a bonobo sign language along with
Wow.
like how they taught the chimpanzees. So I think that would be really cool.
That's awesome.
What a unique animal choice.
Yeah.
All right, and this is our last question. We're featuring a segment called Show and Tell. So this is your chance to show us or tell us about something cool in your room or in your house that you'd like to share.
Okay. All right. So this is not my room actually. This is kind of like our home office space. So this is where I do like my school work. So I've got like my textbooks here, but I did bring from my room. I do have this. So this is here, I'll just show it here. I know the light's not really great in here, but so what that is my uncle. He is an airline consultant, so he gets to fly a ton of places, and he's been doing that since I was really little. So when he goes to a new place, he sends me a postcard. So I've gotten postcards from places like Beijing, China, New Zealand, Hong Kong, Laos,
Wow.
is a country in Asia. So just a lot of really cool places. Athens, Greece, and I like eventually at some point in my life, I think it would be really cool to kind of travel the world and see places like that after like getting all these postcards since I was really young. So
That's awesome.
Yep.
Sounds like your uncle has inspired you to want to do some cool things too.
Yeah.
That's really neat. All right. Thanks for joining us today, Ian.
Yep, no problem.
Anything else you want to say before we go?
I think if I wanted to leave everybody with one thought, it's that it's what you make of it right now. Try something new if you can. Something I've learned to do is I learned how to bake banana bread this past week. So just trying to find new ways to entertain yourself. Try something new is something that I definitely recommend.
Very good. Was the banana bread good?
It was burnt on the outside, but the inside was like a solid medium.
All right.
So,
All right. Practice makes perfect.
yep.
You'll be baking for coffee hour in no time.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Thanks for joining us, Ian.
Yep. Thank
All
you.
right. Bye.
Bye.